Well, 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 what do we have here? Heyo!
Black Sunday here.
Here I am once more with a video on Kingdom Hearts. As I suspected, the closed beta for the new mobile game, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, is Japan exclusive. This was made evident on the tweet made by the Kingdom Hearts Dark Road Japanese page. And I warned each and every one of you that this might happen in my Disney Game Showcase video.
Did you get my message?
This is because Square Enix has a history of releasing certain items in Japan before releasing them around the world, starting with North America. However, this time, we got something to look forward to before the beta moves out east. Embedded in the tweet, we got a particular symbol. For those that see some similarities to another symbol in the series, you're definitely not wrong. And I think I know what this symbol is and what it could mean for Missing Link. It's time for...
Kingdom Hearts Theory. What does this mean?
Before we continue, let me remind you that this is just a theory. I may be right on all parts, or some parts, or no parts at all. This is just an educated work. Also, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel to get a look at my entire library, and hit that bell icon for notifications when another video drops. And with that, here we go! I will split this symbol into 3 parts. The pointed parts on top, the heart in the head area, and the shapes that look like arrows. Then I will put the pieces together to tell you what I believe this symbol means. Without further ado, let's begin.
What does this mean?
With the way the head is being pointed, this indicates that this piece is a crown. This makes sense considering the circumstances. In this chapter, in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, the Master of Masters is communicating with an intelligent darkness. The darkness infers 7 crowns, those who would take the pods in Daybreak Town's castle basement to the future. Those crowns could also imply the crowns in Missing Link. More on this later.
What does this mean?
This heart part is identical to the Mark of Mastery symbol that was introduced in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. It's not a carbon copy, but it's very close. The Mark of Mastery symbol was first used by Master Ericus for his Keyblade, the Master Defender. He would pass on this symbol to his first 2 apprentices, Aqua and Terra, even though the latter didn't get the title until much, much later. But I digress. The heart, specifically in this form, could be where the Mark of Mastery came from.
What does this mean?
These arrows are identical, if not the same, as the arrows in the symbol of the main island of Scala at Kylum, where Ericus and Xehanort did their training, as first shown in the prologue of Kingdom Hearts 3. Those who have taken a good long look at Scala at Kylum in the Remind DLC know that this is the Scala numeral for 7, and it symbolizes the 7 Guardians of Light. Or so we think.
More on this later.
It could also reference the 7 crowns mentioned earlier. In my educated opinion, the 7 crowns were Master Ava, the Player, Ephemer, Scold, Brain, Laurium, and Strelitzia. Ventus would take Strelitzia's place, though not by his preferred choice. And if this does indeed reference the 7 crowns, that goes back to the crown portion's meaning. Furthermore, in the epilogue of Union Cross, when Brain comes to after his encounter with Luxu, he finds out about Ephemer's fate. He becomes the first Keyblade Master and the builder of Scala at Kylum.
Emphasis on the term Keyblade Master.
When you put all the pieces together, this can only mean one thing.
What does this mean?
This symbol is the insignia of the Descendants, one of the 2 factions that will be featured in Kingdom Hearts Missing Link.
Ooh.
Spoilers.
Kingdom Hearts director Tetsuya Nomura said in an interview regarding Missing Link that there would be 2 factions, Descendants and Non-Descendants. The Descendants are, as the name implies, descendants of the Union leaders, or the 7 Crowns. For example, Ericus and Xehanort are both descendants. Ericus is implied to be related to Brain, as he inherits the Master Defender where Brain was the original wielder. And Xehanort, as we find out in the epilogue of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, is a descendant of Ephemer. He could also be a descendant of Scold as well, as his mother is not Scold, but Nomura confirmed that she is related to Scold. As for the non-descendants, they do not carry this blood. King Mickey is an example of a non-descendant. In addition, the game that inspired Missing Link, Pokemon Go, also had factions. 3 to be exact. Each faction in the game had insignias inspired by the 3 Kanto region legendary birds. Articuno for Mystic, Zapdos for Instinct, and Moltres for Valor. Furthermore, Missing Link's predecessor, Union Cross, had factions as well, and each insignia is based on the mask of the foreteller they are under. The unicorn and Era for Unicornus, the fox and Ava for Vulpes, the bear and Osed for Ursus, the snake and Envy for Anguis, and the leopard and Gula for Leopardus. If we want to have this dynamic of descendants and non-descendants and make them factions in Missing Link, they will need insignias of their own. And this symbol, provided by Nomura himself, is likely the one for the descendants.
But there is one more thing.
And I know what you're thinking. What could possibly be the insignia for the non-descendants? Well, this could be the reason why we have two versions of Scala at Kylum, the one with nothing but city and the one with islands, and why the latter version was virtually abandoned. The insignia on the main island's tower, in my educated opinion, is the symbol of the non-descendants.
Objection!
A very good point. The reason why I say this is that this could be one of the plot points for Missing Link. My thinking is, there is some initial hostility after some friendly competition, and then it grows to a boiling point. This leads to the segregation between the two factions.
Not to be confused with, however inspired by, the segregation that happened between the 1890s and 1960s.
Here's how it'll work. The descendants live in the version that is all city, which is a higher society, and the non-descendants live in the version fractured by islands, which is the lower society. One of the goals of the game could very well be to end this segregation, and doing so allowing everyone to live in the all-city version of Scala, and some can remain on the island version if they wish. With that, canon of Ericus and Xehanort learning on the island version of Scala as descendants can remain unbroken. As for the possible meaning for the non-descendants insignia, it could reference the 7 deadly darknesses, rather than the 7 guardians of light. Said darknesses are now inhabited within the Foretellers, Lushu, and the Master of Masters, thus making the symbol's original purpose derogatory. It's also fitting, since Xehanort would become the Seeker of Darkness, and it gives a whole new meaning of the island version of Scala as the location for Sora's final bout with him. The non-descendants used what was once a symbol of darkness, and the descendants using this symbol, once of light.
I know this is a lot to take in, but...
Recap time!
Tetsuya Nomura's symbol contains 3 parts: the crown, for the 7 crowns, the heart, for the mark of mastery, and the arrows, for the 7 guardians of light. Put it all together, and with clues set by Nomura himself, this is the insignia for the descendants, one of 2 factions to be featured in Missing Link. The other insignia, used in the island version of Scala, could be the insignia of the other faction, the non-descendants. And, one of the goals of the game is to bring the 2 back together as one.
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
But what do you think? What is your thought on Nomura's Missing Link symbol? You want to talk to me? Follow me on Twitter, at BlackSunday150.
If you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button and give them a thumbs up. Also leave out comments, as I certainly love debates. Thank you for watching, and remember, you will receive the information you seek, or my name isn't
Black Sunday.
Job well done, lad.
See ya!